I will call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Transportation Public Works Committee this day, October 15th. I'm Councilman Reich. I chair the committee, and I'm joined by my colleagues, Councilmembers Johnson, Palmisano, Bender, and Fletcher. We are a quorum and will proceed with today's agenda, of which we have 14 items. 4 items are a public hearing. The remainder are in consent. I'll go through those items. Any committee member can pull them at their discretion. Item 5 is the Metropolitan Council Municipal Infiltration and Inflow Grant for cured in-place pipelining and sewer repairs. 6 is the limited use permit with the Minnesota Department of Transportation for a welcome monument in the right-of-way at Washington Avenue North and 3rd Avenue North. 7 is the 18th Avenue Northeast Street Reconstruction Project designation, cost estimate, and that public hearing will be set for December 3rd. 8 is the Girard Avenue South Street Reconstruction Project. Also, the designation, cost, and that public hearing will also be December 3rd. 9 is the contract amendment with Park Construction Company for Broadway Street Reconstruction Project, and it's authorizing an increase to that contract for the amount listed. 10 is the cooperative construction agreement with Hennepin County for the traffic signal reconstruction project. 11 is a grant application to the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources for the 2020 State Park Road Account Program for the resurfacing of the Theodore Wirth Parkway between McNair Avenue North and 29th Avenue North. 12 is the speed limit ordinance, referring subject matter to staff. Item 13 is the bid for the Volt manhole replacement project. And the final item is a bid for the Loadmaster Packer parts and services. Does anyone wish to pull any item? Councilmember Fletcher.
Thank you, Chair Reich. I don't need to pull anything. I just wanted to note the really great work, and this is kind of a long time in coming, between Public Works staff and MnDOT and the Northwood Neighborhood Association and Northwood businesses to get this kind of placemaking monument done. It's been something that a lot of people have put a lot of work into and invested in, and I'm really happy to see it come through. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for highlighting that work. Any other item wished for discussion or pulling? See none, I will submit all items, move for approval all items as submitted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Dissenting name. That carries, and we can now go to the public hearing. Good morning, Director Hutchinson.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Our first public hearing today is for the special service districts, numerous special service districts. This is the proposed services and charges for 2020. This information is presented by Andrew Carlson from Transportation Maintenance and Repair.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chair and council members. My name is Andrew Carlson, and I'm the project manager for Special Service Districts. You may recall previously we were before you on September 17th to present the 2020 services and service charges for the 428A Special Service Districts. As you may recall, 428A refers to the Minnesota statute that grants municipalities the authority to establish special service districts by ordinance. All special service districts before you today are non-428A districts, or legacy districts as we refer to them as. They predate the 428A statute. But regardless of a district's origins, all service districts allow property owners in a commercial area to collectively impose service charges on themselves each year to create a pool of funds. 100% of these funds are directed back to the district in the form of enhanced services and special amenities. These enhanced services and special amenities are over and above what the city ordinarily provides. Each special service district is guided by an advisory board that is composed of property owners or their representative within the district. Each advisory board recommends the services, service frequencies, estimated budget, and service charge methodology for their district. Special service district service charges are paid via irregular property tax statements issued by Hennepin County. The funds are then transferred from the county to the city, which uses the funds to procure the services described in their annual work plan and budget. The City of Minneapolis Department of Public Works implements the recommended services, most often via competitive bid process through a third-party private vendor. The city provides all advisory board administration, procurement services, contract management, and vendor performance monitoring. Advisory board members also monitor service delivery throughout the year to ensure services are being met to the board's expectation. Today, we have the 48th in Chicago, Central Avenue, Dinkytown, Eat Street, Linden Hills, Lowry Hill, Stadium Village, and Uptown Special Service Districts, all seeking approval of their 2020 proposed services and service charges for a combined budget estimate of $1,380,000. $82,900 in private investment, which we made within the Minneapolis public right-of-way. In closing, back in June, Public Works staff worked with each district advisory board to recommend the services, prepare estimated budgets, and review their assessment methodology for the coming year. These service charges would be collected on their 2020 real estate taxes in the same manner as special assessments. Each affected property owner was mailed a notice of public hearing for the service charge amounts 10 days in advance of the public hearing. With that concludes my opening comments.
Any questions per the staff presentation? Seeing none, I will open the public hearing. Anyone wish to come forward on public hearing number 1? Anyone wish to come forward? No one signed in. I'll close the public hearing and move approval as submitted. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Dissenting name. That carries. Now we go to public hearing number 2.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, I'm going to introduce the next two together. These are similar in nature. They're the 2020 non-governmental tax-exempt parcel street maintenance assessment projects. The information will be provided in each case by Brett Jelly, the Deputy Director of Public Works.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, committee members. My name is Brett Jelly, Deputy Director, Business Administration and Public Works. I'm introducing two related public hearings this morning on non-governmental tax-exempt property, street lighting, and street maintenance assessments for payable 2020 taxes. Minneapolis has been assessing non-governmental tax-exempt parcels for street light operations and street maintenance since 1974. The assessment rate is determined by for both assessments by dividing the budget for street lighting and street maintenance by all accessible square footage in the city. And this directly connects the cost of providing services with the assessments. The rate for both assessments and payable 2020 is the same as last year. So public hearing notices were only sent to properties that are new to this assessment or had increased due to property boundary changes. There are 1,244 properties that are eligible for the assessment. Notices were sent to 53. For street light operation assessments, the median assessment for these properties is $41 a year. For the street maintenance assessment, the median assessment is $203 a year. The total assessment for payable 2020 for street lighting is $107,871, and the total assessment for street maintenance for payable 2020 is $538,608. That concludes my introduction. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions per the staff presentation? Seeing none, I will open, I'll take them in order, though the presentation was kind of a package presentation. So anyone sign in for public hearing number 2? Anyone wish to come forward and make comment? Seeing none, I will close public hearing number 2. All in favor as it's submitted, say aye. Aye. Dissenting nay, that carries. I'll now open up the hearing for 3. Anyone wish to come forward? No one signed in. I'll close public hearing number 3. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of item number 3 as submitted, say aye. Aye. Dissenting nay, that carries. We can now go to our final public hearing, item 4.
Our last public hearing, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, is the passage of a resolution adopting the assessments and levying the assessments and adopting the rolls for the water and sewer service line repairs on a list of properties that is included. These are repairs that are made typically by contractor on infrastructure that is outside of our public infrastructure, so private lines. Jeff Handelin will present the information.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'm Jeff Handelin from the Transportation Engineering Design Division of Public Works. I'm the principal professional engineer in charge of both the Special Assessments Office and the Utility Connections Office. City ordinance enables procedures for the city to repair or replace private service lines upon request from the property owner to do so or upon failure of the property owner to do so, such that if the bill for this work is not paid, the cost is then recovered through special assessments to the property owners. Public Works recommendation is to pass a resolution to adopt and levy the special assessments. That concludes my introduction. I'll stay nearby in case there are any questions.
Are there any questions per the staff presentation? Seeing none, I will open the public hearing, and this is public hearing number 4. Anyone signed in? No one has signed in. Anyone wish to come forward? Anyone wish to come forward? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing. Any discussion from committee? Seeing none, all in favor of item number 4 as submitted, say aye. Aye. Dissenting, nay. That carries. And Council President Bender.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I apologize. I wondered if I might ask a question about one of the consent items approved earlier.
Certainly.
Director, I think this is for you. We had under number 12, the staff referral for the speed limit ordinance. And I've been getting questions from folks about the timeline for this. I wondered if you could just share what you know today about the general timeline for taking a look at our speed limit.
Sure. Mr. Chair, Council President Bender, as you know, we've been doing the technical analysis to support the work, and we have recently scheduled meetings trying to talk with each of the council members to give them the background and the data. This is referred to staff, who is taking comments, feedback, and discussion, and will be coming forward hopefully in the next month with a proposed change in the ordinance. We're doing our best to time this well with the City of St. Paul, who's going through the same process. We hope that we will be presenting more detailed information early in 2020 about exactly what the approach is. That way we'll give the time to put the ordinance structure in place, complete the technical analysis, come back with how it's going to roll out back to council, and with a lot of hope that we begin making actual changes in the spring. Helpful?
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. As an information piece, any other extraneous needs for the committee? That's okay. Well, with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.